How Erin Litchie and Kim Zolciak, two housewives, get away with not paying their bills. There's this fascinating thing that occurs to wealthy people. One would assume that a person's willingness to spend would increase with their income. This is generally not the case when it comes to paying your bills and taxes, but it is true when it comes to living a luxurious lifestyle. Every year, there's a story about some celebrity who didn't pay their taxes and now faces a lawsuit from the federal government. Rich people seem to have a brain malfunction because they appear to forget that, at least in part, the same rules that govern everyone else also apply to them. Celebrities like Bravo are not an exception to this rule. Over the years, a lot of beloved housewives have had problems with Uncle Sam and other debt collectors. Very few, though, have had to deal with severe legal repercussions. The most important query is, how do they do it? How can most of these women avoid paying their bills and get away with it while still going about their lives unhindered? While Teresa Giudice and Jen Shah are two examples of housewives who have served time in prison, they were also charged with criminal fraud. How then do these other women manage to avoid having to pay their bills? What are their means of surviving these circumstances, and can they continue to do so, or will they eventually have to pay the price? Here are some hints as to how they always manage to prevail in situations involving unpaid bills, lawsuits, and tax evasion. Death and taxes are the only two things in life that are certain, according to founding father Benjamin Franklin. Taxes are a requirement for everyone who earns money, and they have been since the dawn of civilization. Nevertheless, a lot of real housewives have avoided filing their taxes. A common practice among those whose annual income exceeds $500,000 is tax evasion. It is very typical. According to a recent report by the U.S. Senate Committee on Finance, up to 1,000 millionaire households have not filed their taxes. For instance, in addition to numerous other financial difficulties, Dorit Kemsley of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and her husband, P.K. Kemsley, currently owe the federal government $1.3 million in overdue taxes from 2021. Teresa Giudice has run afoul of Uncle Sam once more. According to NorthJersey.com, she presently owes the federal government $1,096,012.14 and has tax liens totaling $17,000. Teresa was already familiar with the consequences of tax evasion. Before their fraud was uncovered, she and her ex-husband filed for bankruptcy in 2009, owing the government $10 million. After her time in prison, one would think Teresa would have learned her lesson, but she's already back at it.